You were saying before that you're making a lot of the Beargarden material available on the internet. Is that going to be the album All That Fall?
Yeah.
Plus that extra stuff that is like more rare.
Yeah,
that wasn't released back then.
Yeah, that's a separate album called The Word That Refers to the Word That Refers to Walt Disney.
Now, that extra stuff, was that recorded after All That Fall?
No, nothing was recorded after that.
Oh, so that was around that time?
No,
before?
That stuff includes the first demo we did.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Some songs from that, songs from other demos, B-sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, nothing live that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's to my mind it's a better album.
Okay.
Than All That Fall suffered because of the production, and that's not, I don't just mean the sound. I mean the guys that were called Bad Production. That was their name. Bruce Brown and Russell Dunlop, and they were a couple of old codgers, really, and they just took the band in just made it a lot straighter than what it should have been. I think that's that's why I don't know, that was my problem with the album. And Simon, the bass player, became a music engineer and producer afterwards. ARIA award winner, and he did sort of remastered it and a little bit, and even All The Fall sounds a lot better on this version because it's a lot brighter. Like that, the guys, they sort of compressed the sound, and if you put it on a turntable after another record, you'd always have to walk over and turn it up. It just wasn't loud enough. It wasn't sparkly and sharp enough. It was kind of this, they would say, oh, it's like that so that it sounds good on tiny car speakers or something. But I
personally think it's a brilliant album.
Oh,
I love the I love the kind of dreaminess kind of sound and it's really like pleasant and interesting. And I think what I loved about Beargarden, I loved like the big drums and the strong bass, and your voice was always really kind of moody.
Yeah, moody.
Yeah, that's how.
That's interesting. Well, yes, thank you for that.
But like moody in a good way, like really kind of like drifty, really.
Yeah, I did get into, I like listening to David Sylvian and people like that around that time.
Yeah,
got a bit influenced by it, but also I was I just from a vocal point of view, I got right into Frank Sinatra, and like I couldn't get enough tracks from it because sing along with them.
Because with the Ears kind of material, it's a bit more. Your voice is a bit more
ragged.
Yeah, ragged compared to the Beargarden
and
kind
full
of
on.
And,
and more rock.
So with the kind of sound of Beargarden, was like you said, you mentioned David Sylvian, like vocally had a little bit of an inspiration. Like what kind of sound were you trying to go for with the Beargarden kind of thing?
For that album, that's really hard to say. It sort of feeds into all that stuff that we were talking about before.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, with that, there was a lot of influence from Simple Minds, the Blue Nile, Japan. That's that's the sort of...
No, well, see, when I hear Beargarden, I hear things like influences like Simple Minds, like you said, and even the Blue Nile is definitely
that was a while there. That's the only album that any of us listened to.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The cats are fighting. or maybe she's got a mouse. She's got a skink. Yeah.
So
we've got a skinkatary out there where the skinks get buried.
So what's the next play you're doing?
It's called Ambergris, and it's set on a Queensland island. I can say Queensland now because I've got my grant from Vic Ministry of the Arts. Cause I thought if I said Queensland, it might work for them.
Will any of your plays and kind of short films and stuff be available ever to
The actual plays.
Yeah, like have you filmed any? Yeah, have you filmed any?
A lot of them have been. Filmed plays is sort of, it's almost like a contradiction in terms. It doesn't often work, and it's never the same as being there.
Yeah.
So a play is like an ephemeral object that if you're there, you saw it and enjoyed it. If you weren't, you know, there's no use really looking at it on a film because it's better to make a film of it.
Okay, yeah.
You know, that's why I'd always be disappointed when I see videos that people make of things, but they do exist. Yeah. I had a really bad fire in this place in South Yarra. I lived with Lynn on the corner of Dobson Street and Punt Road. You know Punt Road Hill? Yeah, not from Melbourne.
No, I am from Melbourne.
Well, you know Punt Road Hill. You know, there's the Yarra at the bottom.
Yeah.
And you drive up.
Yeah, that bit. Yeah, totally. Yes.
Yeah.
She knows that film.
Yeah. And there's the first street that you after Alexandra Parade.
I used to live off Alexandra Parade.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm like, but it's because I don't drive. When you don't drive, you don't.
Oh, if you drive, you'd know Dobson Street.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
There's
totally. Yeah.
Okay, there's the big area that doesn't have a house on it.
Okay.
Where on the corner of Dobson Street. And
okay.
Yeah, that's where the house was, and it burnt down. There were
and
11 fire engines.
And you lost pretty much everything?
And 45. Yeah, everything. Although I didn't lose my computer, I got that out before, and it had all my...
So obviously, the stuff that's coming out on the net soon, you had copies of them still?
No, I had to get them from all over the place.
Wow.
And get Simon Polinsky. He was the last bass player in Beargarden. I mentioned him before. He's sort of getting them into shape. We've been going through old like reel-to-reel 4-track things, and we've put down some extra vocals and some stuff.
Well, I'll put a link onto the interview. So
to the ears too.
Yes, definitely everything. So these will be available pretty much.
There's just a couple of little things.
Yeah, probably by the end of the year.
A week.
A week.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I just want to ask you one more question. I don't know. The Finer Things. Why was that not included to the All That Fall album?
Because we didn't think it was good enough.
Okay.
I think that must have been a reason.
Oh, cool. It was a weird song because it was just a mood really, and it's hard to recreate the mental state that led to it. But I think I agreed with that decision. Oh, okay. Yeah.
The decision that we made we should have. You know that Sea Salt Sand, Sea Salt song one. That should have been a single. That would have been.
I was actually gonna say that. Yeah.
With all the push.
Actually, I have a 7-inch of that.
Oh, do you? Really?
I do. I have it here.
It didn't really have a cover, did it?
No, it's like a. I'll show you in a minute.
All right. Okay.
So it was. I don't know how it got released as a single then, but.
By Chase Records.
But Chase, why didn't you make a video?
Well, the band had broke up. I did try and make a video with.
Because I was actually saying that would have made a really good single. It would have been a strong single.
Yeah, if it had the backing that I knews it had.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
And it's funny. I suppose Drink was just. It also didn't get the backing. If people heard it enough, it probably would have done pretty well.
I also wanted to ask you, like Golf Course and Dogs in Space, like Michael Hutchins redid them on Dogs in Space. Are they available with you doing them?
Available.
Are they available at all when you originally sang them?
Yes. They're on the Ears album.
Oh, okay.
There's three. There's three. The Ears album is called Dogs in Space, and it's. I'm setting them both up at all.
So they're also going to be coming out as well.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing the vocals on and stuff. The reel-to-reel tapes.
Yeah,
that's mainly that stuff.